Hey crafty people! Welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back! It's time for another Mess Make Monday. In case you're new to my channel, what I do is I set a timer for 45 minutes and then I try to see how many of a particular item I can make in that time period. So today, what I want to do is make some ephemera using packaging because, yeah, I picked up a whole bunch of the new Tim Holtz Halloween stuff and some stencils and stuff, and I've got a ton of this packaging material in my stash, and I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and make some stuff with it. So that's what we're going to do today. So I got some scrap papers out, I got some printables, I've got off to the side some die cuts. So that's what we're gonna do. Let's start our timer and we'll get crafting. Let's shift some stuff off to the side and let's start with one of these little guys and we can make a tag. And I wanted to try and see what happens if I pull out my Tim Holtz sanding disc and like I sand the top, and that just gets it mostly because I don't want this information on the piece. Let's just rough up our edges a little too, because then we can add some ink. But I do want to keep like a spider web design. And I'm sorry if you're getting some glare because these are kind of shiny. What I may do is just a light rub just to cut down some of the shininess, but keep the image. All right, so let's pull out some ink. What do I want to use? I think since I'm going Halloween-y, let's go Scorched Timber. Since we've got brown on the edge already, so we keep it in line with that. Let me get a dauber. And so yeah, some of them will cover up completely, some will just cover up the logo and utilize the spider webby stuff. And I think definitely want to put something up there to cover that, and maybe we'll use some washi. Those, and I'm pretty sure I've got another those. Let's see. Let's see how this looks. Now I think I'm gonna go with the label, or well, you know what? Let's add some ink and see what happens if we just ink up here. Let's figure out our focal image and then we can decide from there what we're gonna do. I think that's a better option. And ooh, I'm gonna have to get something out because the sanding left my fingers feeling icky. Actually, I'm thinking that label might work. And this is by My Brain is Complete. CitrusJournalStudio, that's it. I'm like, I know it begins with a C. Let's see, we can actually do that. And then find a Wicked Witch to go underneath. liking that, but there's a little too much white, so let's trim a little off while we think about what we want to do across the bottom. And I'm sitting here being very quiet. I am a bit tired today. So if you watched last Monday's Mass Make Monday video, I think I was commenting about how warm it was in my craft room. And that on whole, that room tends to be the warmest in my house. Turns out part of why it was so warm in my craft room last week is because my AC was on the fritz. So Monday, I had the AC, well, so Sunday night I call the AC people and they have a technician call me back, and I explained to him that, you know, it's the AC's blowing, the air seems cool that's coming out, but it's not cooling the house off. And I thought of what I wanted to do while I was doing this, and I need to go grab something. Be right back. I want to grab a bit of dyed cheesecloth to go underneath him. So I explained to him and that I looked inside the internal unit and it's all iced over. So tells me what to do to try and de-ice it, and then tells me, you know, after that, turn it back on, see, you know, if you can get it cooling the place off again. So I did what he said and all seemed to be working. All right, I'm gonna do that, but I'm also gonna add a label over top of this so that the cat's sitting on a label. So let me grab that. Let's see if we can find something in here that'll work. Exactly. Let's see. I think we're gonna go with that, and that I believe is a Tracy Fox from LoveJunkJournals. I'll leave links for all of the digitals down below. Actually, I kind of like that so that we mostly cover up what's written on there, but it serves as kind of an anchor. I'm also going to grab a piece of scratch paper and my antique linen to ink around this guy. So I did that and my house cooled down. Problem was at that point the AC wasn't turning off when it hit the temp that I had it set at. So next morning they actually called before I got up to check and see how my AC was doing, and I told them, well, here's what's going on now. She's like, all right, well, we'll get the tech out there today. So the tech came out on Monday. Let's get some glue and start gluing. And he takes a look inside the machine, and he's like, the unit, and he's like, well, it's starting to ice up again a little bit already. And he looks at the front of the unit and realizes my AC unit is 20 years old, which pretty much is the lifespan of an AC unit, if you are not aware. So he goes outside. So he points out that what he thinks is the problem is that it's possibly low on refrigerant. He's going to go outside and check the outside unit. He does that. He comes back. Yes, it's low on refrigerant. The problem is my system is so old. It's using a refrigerant that's no longer manufactured. Like, they've been phasing it out since, you know, for like a decade, over a decade now. I'm like, great. So it's going to be very expensive to fill it up on refrigerant. And as he points out, he's like, depending on, you know, what kind of leak you have, he's like, I could fill it up and you could be good for the rest of the summer. Or I could fill it up and have to be out here in a week again to fill it up again. Like, so pretty much it's at the point now where I need to replace my AC unit. All right, so what we're gonna do is add some fibers up there. And I got these from All Fibered Up. Let's do maybe a little bit of this. It's gonna be all the yellow. No, let's not do that one. Let's do this one. Wait, maybe this one. Oh yeah, I like that one. That one will work. And I'll leave a link to her Etsy shop down below. I don't know if this color pack's still available or not, but she's always got great fibers on her site. And I think I'm gonna double this one up. So let's go like this. Cut it off. And I'm gonna grab my Easy Beater. So yeah, that was not great news, since replacing an AC unit is rather expensive. And I did this, but I'm gonna end up having to take it off because what I'm gonna do off camera is back all of them with coffee dyed paper so that they can be written on. But there's one done. All right, let's grab one. And let's see what we want to do on this one. Got stuff everywhere. Yeah, I've been using my, oh, and the image on there was PolkaArtStudio. I've been using my whatchamacallit to fussy cut stuff out. That's too wide. My scan and cut. And so I haven't gotten around to putting everything away where it should be. So yeah, they're all kind of loose, which kind of drives me crazy because I hate the flipping through to try and find stuff. And that's too wide, but you know what? I've got this one, which is wider. So yeah, I've got a variety of sizes of pieces. I do really kind of like that. But I, again, want to do something about the top. Those, I think, are MyPorchPrints pieces. What we're gonna need is some more to cover up that and that. So basically we're gonna create a collage across the top. And then have the focal image down there. So let's see. Do that. 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 And this one and the ones I'm looking at now are, I think, GiggleGlitterGFX. Let's find one that fits well. And then we're just going to trim stuff off. I think that's going to work. Let's get inking and attaching and trimming, and we'll figure out what we're doing from there. So yes, some of the ones I cut out with my scan and cut, I have too much of an edge left. So we're just going to do a little trim up. But yeah, that's the news I got recently, and it's going to be not cheap. It's on par with how much it costs to replace my AC unit, or not AC unit, my roof. One of the downsides of being an adult and owning a house is the cost of repairs on said house. So yeah, they're coming on Tuesday to replace my AC unit. So as a result of that, I realized they're gonna have to they're replacing the inside unit and the outside unit, obviously. And my backyard is a wilderness. It is extremely overgrown and a bit of a mess. Mostly because I don't spend any time out in the yard. I am not big on yard work, and it's my dog's space. Like, my dogs love it. Oh, you know what? I am going to rough our edges up a little bit. I know it's kind of blending in with what's already there, but it means like the side of the edge is also getting inked. And it's a little bit more matte than the shiny bits. All right, so let's do this guy. This one's definitely gonna need a trim up. Yeah, that's the one downside with my scan and cut, is sometimes I've got to bubble cut things so that everything cuts out okay, and then I'm left trimming things up on camera for you guys. But as I was saying, so my yard's a disaster area, and it's all overgrown, and well, not all of it right now. So I called my dad and I'm like, hey Dad, can you come over on Saturday and help me? Because I also had like a doggy, one of those wire playpen type things that you can like stake into the ground and move around, kind of encasing my AC unit to keep the dog away from it, so he's not digging by the like wires running to my AC unit, because that would be bad and he'd get electrocuted and I'd not have AC and all of that good stuff. Well, I hadn't moved it in such a long time that roots had like grown over it, so I couldn't like pull the dang thing up. All right, we're gonna start. I'm not sure if I want to leave all of that down, but I might. Let's lay this out again. I have a feeling we're gonna get far fewer of these done than I thought was gonna be likely. And if anyone's surprised by that, they have never been to my channel before on a Mess Make Monday. Actually, I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and leave that. Let's start gluing. So he came over Saturday morning and we spent probably about an hour and a half clearing out the path to my AC unit. So, all right, I'm just gonna trim off the bit that's hanging off the edge and accidentally some of the thing, and then just come in and ink that. So we got that one. Gonna stick that on like so. So yeah, he came over, we did that. That was lots of fun. No, not at all. Not even a little bit. That goes underneath, so let's put that on first. But as a result, I did not get, so Friday, I hadn't figured out what I was going to do yet come my lunch hour on Friday, so I couldn't actually record, because I try and record my Mask Make Monday video on Friday. And then with I feel like I want something here. Let's try something. We're gonna see if this is gonna work. No, that doesn't work, but I think I've got another one of these kind of pieces, maybe, hopefully, something similar. Make use of that. So yeah, I was out working in the yard for about an hour and a half, and I am so very much out of shape these days. So I was exhausted after we got done. So I ended up sitting and watching crafting videos on YouTube, including the live for the new Tim Holtz release, which is the Stampers Anonymous stamps, and oh goodness. I don't want them all, which is, you know, unusual because I watch the releases and half the time I get done watching it and I'm like, things I didn't want, now I want. But there are definitely some very cool items in the new release. Of course, I bought a bunch of stamps from the last, his recent, like the Everyday line release that he had not too long ago. And I bought it from Only One Life Creations, which I like them. They have good customer service. They do a good job. And they did a lot of the Tim Holtz stuff recently where it was pre-order, where you got a discount if you ordered on the pre-order. But my stamps still haven't shipped from the release. I don't know how long ago it was. I kind of think there, and I definitely want to trim a little bit more off of this one because yeah, there's definitely too much white. And we will go over it with antique linen, which I love because it just knocks back the white if you can't get in, you know, completely tightly on these. It works great for that. So yeah, I still haven't gotten from the Everyday the stamps I ordered, but and then I ordered some of the Halloween stamps from there again on pre-order, so I'm hopefully we'll get them sometime in September, because the pricing on it is just, it's one of those things I'm like, I was looking at possibly buying from, you know, Ranger or somewhere else, and I realized if I buy it from Only One Life Creates versus buying it somewhere else, I'm basically saving the price of a stamp set. And so I can buy a third set that I was kind of like, I kind of want it, but I don't know that I want to spend, like, So I ended up ordering from them a few more stamp sets, and now this is the last of my birthday money spending, because the rest of the birthday money I have has to go towards paying off my new AC unit. Thankfully, they have 18 months 0 interest financing, which I got approved for, so I'll be able to do that. when it comes time to pay for the AC unit when they come on Tuesday and install it. And I'm hoping I can find, all right, I'm trying to think, I don't think that one had a flame on it. So that I don't have to pay the ridiculously high bill all at once right away, because yeah, it's gonna be, it is a big unplanned for bill. I was like, yay, just what I did not want. So, but I'm all about the zero interest financing. It is my favorite way to make big purchases, is to zero interest finance, because as long as you pay it off. Let me see, did I put the anti-glitter back? I did. I don't know why I did. And now I've got the drawer above it open with stuff on it, so that it's making it difficult to grab it again. So yeah, this will just knock back those white edges so that they are less prominent. So yeah, that was our excitement. Oh, and on Monday, like, I let the dogs out in the yard, and all of a sudden, like, Bert's going crazy, and I'm like, why on earth is he going crazy? I think I may put a little bit of this underneath there, because it goes color-wise. We're gonna, the upside of washi is I can cut it off, put it down, see how I like it, and since it's low tack, I can pull it up if I don't. Actually, not loving it, so we're just gonna stick it back on the roll and use it on something else later. So as I said, I let the dogs out in the morning on Monday morning, and they are absolutely going insane. Well, one of them, Bert. So I go out to see what's going on, and it's clear there's something out there. Oh, that was the other thing my Sunday. I forgot all about this almost. So in addition to the AC issues on Sunday, I got to deal with the fact that there was a raccoon who decided to start hanging out in the tree in my backyard. All right, definitely need some kind of fibers up there. Let's see what else we've got. Here we go. I think I've got some others that I'm gonna like better. Let me go grab that container. Come on, open up. All right, let's see. I think I've got, do I have blacks in here? I don't think I have the blacks in here. Where did I put the blacks? Because it's got kind of a peachy color to like, I think I know where those are. Hold on one sec. I think I may have, here we go. That's the one I was looking for. Too many fibers for playing with on projects. Wait, I think I like that one, and I think I might actually grab from the other one. Actually, let's see, did that go with? No, it needs to be more peachy. All right. A little bit of that. This one I'm pretty sure came from All Fibered Up. This one I'm not positive, because there's a couple places that I buy my fibers from. And what I'm gonna do is do 2 layers of the black. Oh goodness gracious, we've got less than 15 minutes left. How is this happen? How does this happen every single time? We've only done 2. We've only done 2. let's go ahead and put this through and see if we can manage to maybe get our butts in gear and get another 2 done. Boy. All right. So there we go with that one. Now let's do one where we just take it and use it as the base and cover it up with some paper. So I've got this paper, which will work great. I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna glue it on. I'm just gonna glue it on. Getting it in place and press that down, and I'm going to trim around. Now I'm going to grab my big scissors to cut across. Now what I may do is just leave it for now and punch, either cut it out later or in all likelihood just punch a different shape up top. Let's see, maybe let's use some die cuts. I was thinking, now I know you're like, what on earth are you doing? But what I was thinking of doing is all right. So if you've been watching the Holtz lives, you'll have seen they've been doing, a lot of the makers have been doing things where they've cut off parts of the doll. So I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna do this. I'm trying to decide if I want to add the feet back in or do it so that she's like creeping over top of something. I think that's what we're gonna do, and I'll save the feet for something else. Let's find something to have her creeping over top of. So as I was saying, on that Sunday, in addition to the fun of my AC being on the fritz, there was a, none of those is gonna work, a raccoon just hanging out in the tree out in my yard. So it was, of course, driving my dogs absolutely insane. They were losing their minds over the fact that there was a raccoon out there. So it was one of those, I'd bring them in, and because they were barking like crazy, and then they'd be in for a little while, and my one dog, Bert, who likes to spend a lot of time outside, would be like, but I need to go back out, Mom. I have to be out there. Trying to find something that's gonna work for what she can be creeping over, and don't see anything that's speaking to me, which is a problem. I wonder if, let's see, do a label? One of these. Not that size. Smaller label. Eck! I think it needs a spider web to make it look, because she's giving me like spider lady vibes. So I think like that. I'm gonna grab one of the mask stickers from the sticker box and put a mask on her. Yeah, I think we're gonna get 3. This is probably this is what happens when I do decorating, because it ends up being fiddling about trying to decide what I want to do, and yeah, we don't get as much done as I would like. Come here, here. All right, so we're gonna put the sticker on her face. I am gonna see, I think I have a spider web die cut out. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Thought I did, but I'm not seeing it. And do kind of like this, like that, like that. Spider web in the corner. Apparently I don't have a spider web die cut out. I'm gonna have to do that. So I think, all right, let's glue down what we know. I want more labels, I think, on this. All right, I am going to use just the purple dauber and purple dauber the edges on this. And this was made using the Tim Holtz vintage label dies, where you can ink the die and cut it out so you get the color on there when you do so. And I think I want, you know what, instead of that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a stamp the spider web on. Go like that, and I'm leaning towards embossing it. I think that would be really interesting. So let me get a pad, this, my black Versamark ink, and my white embossing powder. Not white, clear. And we are gonna do this and so only get these guys done. All right. And then we're gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna quickly heat emboss this. Okay, let's set stuff aside, and oh yeah, that's all we're gonna get done. All right, so we've got our spider web embossed on there. I don't know how well you can see it. We're gonna do that and then stick her on there. So it looks like she's coming down from the spider webs. I really like this idea. Let's get some glue on. I may go back and try and put some glue under that mask because I'm afraid it's pulling up a little bit. Ow. And actually, I've got some glitter. I think I've got a glitter spider. Yes, I have one cut out of glitter cardstock, like I did that. I think I may add that up in the corner. Yes. And sadly, that's going to be it for today, because, yeah, my alarm's about to go off here in a few seconds. I feel like she needs something on her head, but I don't know what. I think I like that idea, only smaller butterfly. That looks a little too, oh. All right, we're gonna take a couple seconds just to find something to go on her head, because it needs something. I think that or this one. I think that one. Either that or we can do something like that coming out of her head. No, I think we're gonna just stick with the butterfly. Let's not start second guessing, because that's how we end up spending 3 days trying to get one piece done. I'm gonna start calling it Not So Mass Make Mondays. Oi. Okay, so we got this one done. We got this one done. And we got this one done. So this gives you 3 options for how to deal with the packaging material if you don't want this to be very prominent. So on this one, we did a little sanding and inking so that it kind of fades in the background and then covered up the most prominent bit of the packaging logoing. This one, we just covered the whole thing with a piece of paper so that it's completely disguised. And then on this one, we used bits and bobs to cover up the logoing material and left everything else open so that you can see the cool packaging. Like, that's what I really like about the Halloween packaging, is you've got the really cool spider web. And I am going to back all of them with some coffee dyed paper later on so that the back of them are good spots for journaling. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.